My name is Hunter. I work at the Makerspace at Norwalk Community College, and today we're going to be learning about how to create a custom PDF or DWG size in Autocad so that we can reduce the amount of steps we have to take to laser cut our work. So right here, I have a sample Autocad file given to me by a student in the architecture department. So right here, you can see she has a couple of different views of a particular building. When you open up Autocad, you'll typically have a couple different layouts or drawing files, DWGs, you can see at the bottom here. Now, let's go to layout 1. The problem with using the default layouts is they tend to be 8.5 by 11 or some other industry standard or ISO size. This will not work because once we print to PDF using the DWG to PDF printer and plotter name, which is right here, we have an issue where, I'll just rename this to my design. We have an issue where this size is not the size of the laser cutting bed. You'll see that right here. So the problem here is we have a PDF that doesn't take full advantage of the exact size of the laser cutting bed. Here I selected the Fusion Edge, which is 24-inch by 24-inch laser cutting bed. So if we have a piece of material that we've cut to 24 inches by 24 inches, we're going to have to be doing multiple passes, and each time we do a pass, we might have to set up the settings again and reorient things and such. So let's avoid this problem. And first, we're going to go to our AutoCAD file again. So right-click the Layout tab, or whichever drawing you want to change the size of. Then we're going to go to Page Setup Manager. In Page Setup Manager, you can see we have a couple different layouts here that represent each DWG file. So if I want to change the layout of layout 1, I'm going to go ahead and hit Modify. And then I'm going to go to the DWG to PDF printer/plotter configuration file. This is a file that is local to your machine, so do keep that in mind. Whenever you change this setting on your computer, it's going to be only changed for that particular computer. So try to keep that in mind when you go to log in again or print out more of these PDFs that use the same computer that you used when you changed this configuration file initially. So after we've selected the printer and plotter DWG to PDF, we're going to go ahead and click Properties. Under User-Defined Paper Sizes and Calibration, you can see Custom Paper Sizes. For your system, there shouldn't be anything here. I've already changed it, so I can see that I've created a custom paper size here. I'm going to go ahead and delete it. So this is what yours should look like once you first open this. So let's go ahead and click Add, because we want to add a custom paper size, and we're going to hit Start from Scratch. This is going to be our paper size. By default, it's 8.5 by 11, but we're going to make it the size of the laser cutting bed that we want to add our custom paper size to. So let's start with the bigger laser cutter we have here at the moment, which is the Fusion Edge 24, and we can set the width and height to 24 inches by 24 inches. This is the printable area. This is more relevant to printers and plotters for printing on using like inkjet printers. The ink head can't always get to the very edge of the media size or the actual media that it can take. So you can think of these as basically margins. That's what they are. For laser cutters, we can cut all the way to the edge, or the laser cutter can cut all the way to the edge of the media size. So if you bring in a 24-inch by 24-inch chipboard media and you load it into the laser cutter, it can cut right up to the edge. So what that means is we set all the margins here to 0. Next, what you want to do is give this profile a useful name. So for here, I'm going to call it Fusion Laser Cutter. And you can leave the dimensions in there for self-reference. And then you would hit finish. So now you can see our custom paper size in there, and we can go ahead and hit OK. So after that's finished, you'll see we still have 8.5 by 11 selected. That's because it's selected down in the paper size here. These are all the commonly used sizes for different plotters and printers you might find in industry or in different countries. So we want to scroll all the way down to where we made our custom paper size, which you can see here as the Fusion Laser Cutter. So after we selected that, we can see kind of a preview of the aspect ratio or size and dimensions of our page, and really our PDF, because we are exporting this to a PDF. And we can then go ahead and hit OK. So now you can instantly see in the background that this layout or this DWG file has changed its dimensions. We can go ahead and hit close. And then we can begin to start rearranging our models here so that they all fit on this page. Obviously, the scale is very small here, so we're going to first start off by taking this viewport and just bringing it to the outer edges. It doesn't have to be on the very edge, because sometimes we want to use tape to tape down the edges so the media or the chipboard stays flat, and that's why we usually don't want to bring the viewport to the very edge. So we kind of want a margin, if you will. If I click into the viewport by double-clicking the left mouse button, I can see here different scales. So let's choose, let's center our model here. Let's zoom in a bit. And then let's change the scale to 1/4 inch. So you can instantly see here that we're going to have to do multiple passes or cut multiple times if we were to leave it like this. In fact, some of this building does not even fit, which isn't very helpful to us. So your job here is to rearrange all these shapes in the model space right here so that when you show it in the viewport here, it all fits on this page. So this student who had provided me these files had already done that, and she actually copied all of this here, all these files here, and copied them over to the left-hand side in the model space. And then she rearranged them. Sometimes you can even rotate them as well, but that's already been done here. So I'll show you a finalized drawing DWG file where everything was fit inside this 24-inch by 24-inch. Once that is finished and it's all nested together, you're saving your media space. You can go ahead and hit Control-P, continue to plot to a single page, and make sure that ACAD is selected. Again, also make sure that your printer/plotter is selected to DWG to PDF file, and also that your paper size is selected to your just recently created custom paper size. Then you would hit OK, and let's just call this My Design Try 2. And now you can see that we have a PDF that is 24 inches by 24 inches and can be instantly printed straight from Adobe Acrobat to the Epilog or Epilog laser cutters. So once this automatically fires up Epilog dashboard, you might be wondering, where's my my design? If you just scroll out, you'll see it placed it typically in the bottom right corner. I'm going to select by clicking and dragging the whole monolithic PDF file or drawing file and reposition it so that it fits onto the media. size or, the bed. The problem here, though, is the viewport line has also been printed. So what we want to do is right click, ungroup items, and then just go ahead and select and delete that rectangular viewport border. After, we can go ahead and click everything and just group them back together. And this just makes it easier if I decide to reposition the whole thing. All right. Now that you've done all that, you can go ahead and split by color or change the different processes and powers that you'll need for cutting your material.